Why running is no good for fat loss. So if we take my run that I did the other day, it took me 1 3/4 hours, 1 hour 45 minutes to burn 1,000 calories. Okay, so it took me 1 hour and 45 minutes of continuous running to burn 1,000 whole calories. And let's say you're on a 2,000 calorie a day nutrition plan. That is 1,000. That means that there's half of your calories burnt, but it took me almost 2 hours of running. Okay, so if you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to achieve fat loss, okay, what we want to do is burn off some calories, but it took me the best part of almost 2 hours to burn 1,000 calories. So now, if you look at how long it takes me to eat 1,000 calories, all right, a typical milkshake from a well-known fast food chain, hamburger or their biggest hamburger and their largest fries will also come in about 1,000 calories. Okay, the milkshake itself being about 500, the burger being about 300-400, and the fries similar. Okay, so about 1,000 calories. How long does it take you to eat that little selection of goodies? Probably not an hour and 45 minutes. For me, it'd probably take me best part of 10 minutes. Okay, so we take 10 minutes to consume 1,000 calories, and it takes me almost 2 hours to burn off the same amount of calories. So using exercise or using running as a specific example to counteract that is a really inefficient way of doing it, because it takes next to no time to get those calories in, and then you're spending best part of 2 hours to try and burn all that stuff off. Hi Sarah. So I'm just explaining how using running as a way to burn fat is pretty poor, pretty inefficient. There are much better ways to burn calories, much more efficient ways to burn calories, one of which is to use resistance training, okay, whereby you're recruiting lots of the body, even more so than just running, right? And if we look at specifically running, as if you're just starting out with running and you're doing it as a way to lose fat, not just weight, but lose fat, you're potentially, physics-wise, you're potentially carrying more weight than your body is used to in terms of when you're running. So if, for example, every time I strike on the ground when I'm running, that is the equivalent of 3 times your body weight going through that one leg. So if we feel that we're in a place where we're carrying too much timber, you're then driving all of that extra pressure, all of that extra force through the limbs when you're just starting out with running, which is why it's no coincidence that a lot of people get injured when they first start out running, especially if they're using it as a way to lose weight. Okay, a better way of using exercise to lose weight is probably going to be something that is less impactful. All right, it's going to be less pressure and hard forces on all those limbs, because if we've got 3 times the body weight going through the joints and ligaments and everything else, then your body's not going to like it. You're going to get injured. It's going to multiply any kind of weaknesses that may be there in the body, and running is probably something that you can bring in at a later date if fat loss and weight loss are your goals. Okay, I would actually go and do other things which are going to be a combination of tightening up your nutrition and using some kind of resistance training that uses a lot more of your body without the impact on the body, right, that running brings, which is why, you know, you can get into the fat burning zone by doing other things like resistance training, which is basically safely picking something up heavy and putting it down again. That's the best way of describing resistance training. It's picking something up heavy in a safe and efficient way so that it doesn't damage you, and you progressively make that weight heavier and heavier so that we overload and make the muscles and the body adapt so that you become this calorie burning furnace, because muscles rather are calorie expensive in terms of they cost a lot of calories to maintain, all right? Which is why if you're looking to put muscle on, we actually want you to ultimately bring your calorie intake up. So the mistake, I'm going off in a tangent now, but the mistake that most people make when they're looking to burn off fat and lose weight is that they think they have to cut the calories, and so they go from eating 2,000 to 3,000 calories typically to suddenly eating no more than 500, and then lo and behold they're feeling knackered and lethargic and horrible and grumpy, and they've got no energy, because calories equals energy. Okay, ideally you're eating as many calories as you can while still getting you the results that you want. All right, so that is my take on why running is not a good way to exercise in terms of if you're trying to achieve fat loss. There are other ways to do it, and the main ways are to, one, manipulate your food and your calorie intake, and two, use some form of nutrition, some form of resistance training, which you can start off with just through body weight before you then move on to using other weights to add on to, in terms of lifting something up heavy and putting it down again, which will force your body into a state of adaptation because it's heavier than it's used to, and therefore the muscles are going to have to be repaired and come back a little bit stronger so that next time your body is ready to lift that weight. Okay, so if you are looking to lose fat and lose weight, I wouldn't recommend using running as somewhere to start.